What is up, everybody? We are back. Season 2 of Charlotte for the Week, episode number 1. We're ready. I'm ready. Are you ready?
I'm ready.
I'm
Let's
ready.
go.
Yeah.
Let's
get
go.
the people amped today. So we're back. We've got, I guess this will come out, Friday, Saturday? So we're going to have a week before the games start. So wanted to really just kind of welcome everybody back in really quick. Thank you all for watching last year. Thank you for continuing to watch this year. If this is the first time you watched it and thought the first 30 seconds were weird, well, get used to that. Yeah, it's only going to get weirder from here, I can promise.
Funny. Yes, but not funny, haha. Funny, weird.
Kind of the same format. We'll change things up a little bit, but you'll figure out that as we kind of go along. For this first episode, really just wanted to catch everybody up on what happened in the offseason, right? Hadn't posted since just before Christmas, right? And so had some exciting offseason acquisitions. So really just focus this episode around who we added and then what we think the season's going to, what we think the starting 11 is going to be, which I think could be a debate we go on forever. We won't make that for you guys, but still, there's a lot of new players and a lot of moving pieces. Very exciting. Very excited to see how that goes. But I guess we'll just kind of jump right into it. I guess, Amy, if you want to kind of take it away first, tell us about who we signed in the offseason, and then we'll tell you where they should be starting from there.
All right. Well, our first acquisition happened back in December, I think, and we got Luca Della Torre.
Luke! I don't know if that's his name.
27. He came to us from San Diego FC.
That's right.
And helped them to their historic first season. We know they did really well last year. He had 5 goals and 2 assists, and the 37 matches he played, but that was across all competitions.
And as a midfielder, not bad.
He's also made some caps for the United States men's national team. He started in all 6 matches, and he recorded 431 minutes out of the possible 540 minutes that he played in those 6 games. And he's played 32 matches since he debuted in 2018.
These are stats you wouldn't know anywhere else, so this is huge.
And then prior to him being at San Diego, he was at 2+ seasons in Spain's first division La Liga with Celta de Vigo. And he had 4 goals and 9 assists in 67 matches played there, including 2 goals and an assist during Celta's. I don't know how. Celta. Sorry. Celta's 2024.
They'll watch one of these days. They're probably not watching this episode.
2024 quarterfinals appearance in the Copa del Rey. So, I mean, pretty cool acquisition. We'd love to have another U.S. men's national player on our team. I don't know how recently he's gotten called up here on the last few camps, but a guy with some really good credentials. So I think was probably maybe one of our better ones, but I'm not so sure if I was looking for us to strengthen the midfield in the offseason.
Well, more on that to come, but definitely I would say the all-star acquisition of the offseason. I mean, definitely the biggest name of the list we have here. Definitely an accomplished player. I've seen him kind of described as a sleepy player on the field, which maybe that has a negative connotation, but really just sleepy in the sense that he does the yeoman's work, right? At the end of the day, he's going to get that job done. So really excited to see him. Who else do we have?
David Schnegg. He's also a 27-year-old that we signed. So at least we've gotten into the 20s here and out of the 30s. So step in the right direction. Although the 30-year-old players are coming, just wait.
Yep.
He played in 2025 for DC United, played in a team-high 35 matches, started 34 of them, and played close to 3,000 minutes in all their competitions. And he tallied 4 assists in the regular season, which was tied for DC United's team best. So,
wow, as a defensive player, too.
So
I mean, they didn't score a lot, I guess, but still.
I was like, it is DC United, so take that with a grain of salt. And then he, before he came to the MLS, he played for SK Sturm Graz.
Good pronunciation there. I love that.
I'm
couldn't help
guessing
you on that
that's
one.
maybe some Bundesliga, maybe, or some part of maybe lower tier Bundesliga. He scored 4 goals, recorded 9 assists across all competitions on his way to winning 2 domestic league cups and 1 league championship. And he's also been in the UEFA Champions League qualifiers, Europa League, and a UEFA conference.
What did he get for his 5th birthday? You got some information.
So,
I love that.
So, I mean, another gun, I mean, a defensive player that looks like he's able to give some assists, maybe find the back of the net every now and then.
Yeah.
Looks good so far, what I've seen of the scrimmage they showed in Coachella. So I'm excited about him.
Yeah, I'm very excited. Like I said, I think he's looked, I mean, granted, I've seen about 45 minutes of him play with Charlotte, right? So very small sample size at Coachella, but I liked what I saw from him. Like I said, maybe more to come on him later. It's a little teaser for all you guys. But yeah, I think he looked good. A lot more bruising is what I noticed, right? He's not going to be the tricks and flicks guy like a Tofolo in the back line or something like that. He's kind of, straightforward, but that's not a bad thing, right? He's a very good defender back there, no nonsense. But then he picked out a couple passes to Zaha that really impressed me.
I liked him.
Yeah,
competition for Tofolo, also a backup for him playing on that left side. So gives us some depth. I think we need it in the back line.
100%.
Got hurt. Tofolo got hurt last year, so we needed some extra depth back there.
The left back curse.
Yeah,
really.
Exactly. We need about 7 of them just in case. So yeah, definitely a quality player there.
Hamstring curse, I think.
Yes, for sure. Who else we have?
So one of our 30-somethings, Tyler Miller, he came onto the MLS scene back in 2018 with LAFC.
Okay. I didn't know LAFC was around that long. Anyway.
Well, yeah. So he had 11 clean sheets, a third-place regular season finish in the West, and a U.S. Open Cup semifinal appearance. He had a league-low 29 goals allowed for goalkeepers with at least 29 matches played, 9 clean sheets, and an 18-8-2 record, which led LAFC to the Supporters Shield. I guess that would be in 2019. Those were. He's kept 36 clean sheets over the 128 matches he's played in MLS, so he's 100% has lots of veteran, been in the league for a long time. And before he moved over to England, he spent the first half of 2025. So he came to us from the Bolton Wanderers, but he was with Notts County before he went to the Bolton Wanderers. Had 9 matches he played and had 4 clean sheets. So he's able to put up the clean sheets. I think it gives some good competition to Kalina.
Absolutely.
So he gave a really good interview with Charlotte FC, and he talked about how he was out of contract and just went to England with no contract and just
kidding.
It.
Wow,
his wife and a young kid, and he made it.
He left the U.S. to go over there just to see.
Yeah,
no kidding.
No contract. That was a bold move.
Yeah,
I think he's got something to prove,
if you will.
Yeah. Nice.
Huh? All right. I don't know anything about the guy. I'm not even going to front you guys. Everything she just told me is what I know about him. In my opinion, we've got Kalina. Always have to have competition, right? Iron sharpens iron is what they say. And so if he can do that, obviously he's an accomplished player. We see that. So
again, competitions, U.S. Open Cup,
yeah, that's what I'm saying, right? Yeah, I mean, he's going to be playing, right? I mean, especially with all of the competitions that Charlotte is in this year, is qualified for. I'm sure he's going to see the field, and who knows, right? If we do have a little bit of struggle from Kalina, maybe sooner than later. We don't necessarily want that because that could mean bad things for Charlotte.
Yeah.
But at the end of the day, just like we just said for Schnegg, iron sharpens iron, right? This, it's going to bring that competition.
And Kalina, he's had his issues with his back, so it's always good to have someone with this caliber of credentials to be there and come in, other than David Bingham or whomever. So.
Okay. Who else?
Henry Kessler, he was signed. He's another 27-year-old, so we like the 27-year-olds in this offseason.
Hey. Yeah.
He started 25 matches and helped New England win its first Supporter Shield title with a 22-5-7 record. And he's made 110 appearances across all competitions and scored 4 goals and assisted once for the Reds. And he he recorded 25 appearances for City SC, tallying 1 goal and 1 assist as a defender. So he came to us from Sporting SC.
Sounds right to me. I know he played with the Revs, like you said, and then I think played that season.
He was at St. Louis.
St. Louis. Yeah, our first game of the season. Yeah,
that's right.
Matter of fact, he scored the game winner. Yeah. So he scored the game winner. Gabby, if you can go back to the archives and find it. Yeah, maybe we don't want to put that in. We don't love seeing Charlotte get scored on, but yeah, he scored the game winner in the home opener was it season 20, the second season, right? Of our team?
I heard he has some injury problems, maybe. So
yeah,
we'll see.
I have actually done a good amount of, not a good amount, but a decent amount of research on this guy when we signed him. He's an intriguing player, in my opinion. You are right. I mean, he hasn't played a ton over the last 3 to 4 seasons due to injury, not due to performance. It seems like when he's on the field, he's one of those center backs that's got that dog in him. You know what I mean? Like he's got the dark arts kind of. If you know what I mean, like he can kind of really kind of get under your skin as an opponent, right? I mean, we love it on our team. We need players like that. Hey, this is the guy that's potentially taking Milanda's spot, right? I mean, I think it's obviously between him and Privet right now. We'll get more into that as we carry on. But I liked what I saw from him. He's got a quality back there. He's got a physicality about him. And like I said, he really does bring that extra edge that, not to say Charlotte doesn't have that player on the team, but I think he could be that sort of alpha on the field. We were just at the Charlotte Hornets game, saw a big fight the other night. He would be that guy that's going to kind of start that or at least get in the middle of it, right? So I think all teams need a player like that. I'm intrigued by him. Hadn't seen him play for Charlotte yet, right? But excited to see what he has. Any other thoughts there?
Well, one of the things I like about these signings is its MLS experience.
Yeah.
And we haven't had a lot of signings that have been MLS experience.
You're
They've
right.
either come from overseas or they promoted from Crown Legacy. So I really feel like that's a missing piece that we've, had with our team. So having these guys that have significant MLS experience, I think is going to help us in the long run.
I would agree. Yeah. So excited to see him. Henry Kessler, number 222. 222, something like that. Yeah, I can't talk. And then last but not least, who do we have?
Speaking of Crown Legacy, and I am kind of excited about how we do take our MLS Next Pro team, our Crown Legacy players, and give them the chance to make the first team. Super excited about the signing. This goalkeeper is so cool. His leadership's phenomenal.
What's his name?
I'm getting to that. This is
all right.
Now you just totally.
No, keep it going. I got you. I'll do the.
So he made his inaugural 2023 season with Crown Legacy, and he has totaled 8 clean sheets and 95 saves through 35 matches. He also is a champion of goalie wars in the MLS All-Star match. He won goalie wars, and so now we can call him our own Isaac Walker. Will now play for Charlotte FC first team. He's if you have not been to a Legacy match, well, you're not going to see him maybe now because he's going to be on the first team, but he'll probably get some starts on there. Great guy. I mean, it just, when he's on the field, he demands attention from players. He's great leadership, very vocal. He seems to be extremely liked, not only by coaches, but all the players. So I think he will bring a great leadership into the team for those younger guys, the 20-somethings. He is 25. He played collegiately at the University of Kentucky before he transferred to Western Michigan University. He tallied 18 shutouts, 145 saves, and has a 73.8% save percentage throughout his 49 career appearances. So super excited about him. I think he's just classy. So excited. Can't wait to see him get his first start for Charlotte.
Okay.
That rounds out the goalkeeper room. I
guess.
Yeah.
We got 2 new ones in, 2 out, 2 in this year. And absolutely, right? I mean, you guys would know a heck of a lot more about him than I would. I, admittedly haven't gone to any of the Crown Legacy games or didn't last year. That's shame on me, right?
Shame.
But,
shame.
Yeah, that's okay. But yeah, it is great to see players like this get promoted, right? When you've come from the academy, come from the Crown Legacy, and they're able to build that and then turn it into a pro career, right? I think that obviously we get kind of lost in the sauce in terms of wanting to get these big guys, big signings, and don't get me wrong, those are important things to do as well as an organization, as a club. But when you do have players that you cultivated yourself and are able to bring them up, that's a little bit extra for me. So it gives us a little bit of sense of pride. Like, this is our guy that we were able to kind of groom and bring in. So excited to see what he brings. Like I said, I don't know a lot about him other than, what we just talked about. But yeah, definitely excited to see him round out the goalkeeper room. Would love to see him get the starts in the U.S. Open, honestly. Yeah. Maybe either him or maybe, Tyler, but one way or another. Sounds like a good goalkeeping room for this season. Anything else?
Nope, I think that's it. As you mentioned, we shipped off a couple goalkeepers. Adunze went out on loan to Phoenix Rising.
That's right.
I guess Bingham retired, so we needed some depth there as well.
Did he retire? I didn't know he
He's
actually.
out of contract.
Out of
Okay,
contract.
exactly.
Yeah.
He's not with the club anymore.
And
I heard that,
Calendar
but,
went.
Minnesota, right?
Minnesota, yeah.
Be a starter there.
Who-
Oh.
That's who we play next in Coachella. So
Is that right? Yeah. Did we play Adunze in the Rising? I didn't even think about that connection because we
I
played
didn't
there.
either. I didn't.
I'd have to go see if that's who Aloco chipped for the goal in that one. That'd be interesting
that
to
would
see.
be interesting.
I mean, I would say just, I don't know, like real quick. I mean, I wouldn't say our off-season acquisitions were knocking it out of the park, but I think, you know, at least we got some players, which in previous past off seasons we didn't make many acquisitions at all. So at least we brought players into the team.
Yeah.
I am still kind of worried about. I don't think we have increased. We have not made up for missing Melanda yet. In my mind, I don't know if any of these guys. Time will tell. But
well, that, like I said, Kessler's the important one there. I guess to go a bit off script because that brings up a good point. So if you were to grade, say, those off-season pickups, what do you say?
Oh, that's hard. I would say, well, being that Abada's still on our roster as a designated player and has yet to really show he's worth that DP label, I'm going to give us a B-.
Okay.
B- for acquisition.
For me, it's C. I don't think we did enough in the back line. I think we need right back depth. I think we need center back depth. I think Luca De La Torre is a nice piece. Will be a connector from the back to Pepiel and to our front line, but and not particularly splashy. But we've returned most of our starting 11, so maybe they're just tinkering a little bit. I think I agree with Amy that the Abada still being on the roster and not having contributed. I hope he has a big year this year.
He'd be amazing.
Yeah, I mean, he seems to be doing better in the preseason. I mean, you know, I watched the which one was it? I watched the other day that we were talking about. Was it KC? No, it wasn't KC. One of the the first Coachella match, whoever we were playing. It was San Jose. It was San Jose.
Yeah.
Watched him in that game. I like the way that they had deployed him. I guess we'll get more into that later. I'll just get to the score or my kind of off-season grade. Kind of in the same line as you guys, around that B- to C+ score, right? I think obviously what held us back, we were linked to a couple of big name players and obviously didn't really get any of them. And I think a big part of that was the Abada kind of albatross, if you will. We can't really get rid of that contract, and until we get rid of that contract, can't bring a big name player in, right? So yeah, I would say it is a B-. It's a B-. It's B-. With the caveat, if we see Abada come in motivated, hungry, and able to play and really contribute to this team, we already finished 4th last year, guys. Like, we are a great team. Yes, we lost Melanda, right? I mean, but overall, we have flexibility going into the summer. We can kind of, figure out what we need maybe at that time and make a bigger splash during that particular window. So it gave us a little flexibility. It gave us some depth. Again, B-, C+, somewhere in there. But in my opinion, we didn't need to do a whole heck of a lot to make this team much better anyway. I think it's about continuity, about growth within the team, and I think we have seen that. So anything else to add, or we putting a bow or crown on this?
The only thing I would add is I just think our backups, the way it's looking right now, are pretty unproven.
Sure.
So we got some young guys, some exciting, I think, prospects and talent, but I would like to see a little bit more experience there.
Right.
Still time too, by the way, right?
Time,
the window doesn't actually close till the beginning of April, so it's a long window.
I think my fear is if we take some injuries, particularly on the back line, that's the biggest concern to me. But I mean, having Abada and Kerwin on the right side, I feel best probably about our depth there, and in the midfield with Luca De La Torre.
Yeah, there's not a lot of the caliber of play or quality of play dips pretty significantly when those first team guys get.
They'll have to step up.
We'll see it.
Hey, but when there's an opportunity,
cool. We'll see, and that does officially put a
crown on it.
On the first segment of the season. We just mentioned all the players that are coming into the team and what they can add. Let's see what they actually maybe add to the starting 11. Do any of them actually make it or not, right? And so this next section is really just dedicated to the starting 11 what we think it's going to look like to start the season. So I guess I'll start on the end here. Brian, what do we think?
All right, I'll go from the back to the front. Obviously, Kalina and net. On the left side, we've got Tofolo, and then we have Tim Ream. And beside Tim Ream, I think Privet gets the start at the beginning of the year.
That makes sense.
And then Nathan Byrne on the right. Our center mids, I'm torn on this one. I think we're going to probably start the season with Brandt there, but I do think Luca De La Torre is probably Brandt's brought in to be Brandt's replacement. We'll see if he unseats him. But,
or his iron.
Yeah, we'll see what happens there because they brought other players to come in and replace him, and he always steps up. So I think it's going to be Westwood, Bronico, and Pep to start the season. And then up top will be Zaha on the left, Tokomati in the middle, and Vargas on the right. So pretty much the same as last year, except Privet slides in there for
Is
Malanda.
it the kind of same 4-3-3 with the two, kind of dual pivot, and then I mean that's very similar, but as far as like last year, but I mean if we know anything about Dino, he kind of likes that 4-3-3 and likes to stick to that. So okay.
Well, if we go 4-3-3, I have the same thing as Brian, except I do have that De La Torre mix. He's in there instead of Brandt. But I'm hoping that we switch things up a little bit and get some of these other players. So I have, these are kind of, you could look at them the same way, whether you're playing a 5-2-3 or a 3-4-3 with Byrne, Ream, Priv, Westy, and Chofalo. Those would be kind of like your five with more of a Privet and Westwood playing like offense, like more of a defensive midfield together, kind of like a double pivot type thing. So you'd have Byrne, Ream, and Chofalo. This is where it gets to the 3-4-3 if you want to look at it that way. So Byrne, Ream, and Chofalo.
So Byrne moves back to center back here.
No.
Oh, I'm still okay. Okay. Sorry, I was trying to look and pay attention.
So if you want to look at it as the five, it would be like a Byrne, a Ream, and a Chofalo with Privet and Westy just slightly in front of them.
Gotcha.
Because Privet played midfield in college, so I think we could do
shout out Penn State.
We are.
I think we could do some stuff with that. I have BL and De La Torre, then Vargas, Tok, and Zaha. I mean, I guess the same sort of thing is maybe if you did it a 3-4-3, I switch it up a little bit. I have Byrne, Ream, Toflo, and then I put Gianni in there instead of Privet. So we have a BL, Westy, De La Torre in the middle with Gianni, and then Vargas, Tok, and Zaha. So some different things. I kind of like maybe just playing 3 in the back and 4, like the 3-4-3 type thing. Westy can go back and play defense. He likes.
I don't mind that with his age where he's at, right? Because you guys are going to hate me when I give you mine. But before I get into that though, anything else to add there?
No, I think we have lots of options. I just think we have some players that open up some clever lineups and clever ways of attacking. So I hope to see, us doing something maybe a little different and not expected than your classic 4-3-3.
Sure.
Well, I think that with bringing in De La Torre, we have a lot of flexibility within that midfield to play different styles and play matchup ball against the other team based on what their strengths are, what we might want to exploit. So having, Westwood, BL, De La Torre, Gianni, and Brandt, obviously, that just gives us. We can give them a lot of different looks, the other team.
Correct. And I think that's the big premise that I want, my starting 11 to go with, because when we do limit our, what we're talking about here to a starting 11, there's definitely going to be some caveats in there, right? Because of the signings that we have, because of the overall depth of the team, specifically in the midfield, right? We can do a whole bunch of different combos there that may make sense. And of course, we'll probably roll with whatever is rolling on the pitch at the time. But for my starting 11, again,
Kalina's in the goal for me. That's
that was probably a given, right? Yeah. So same here. Yeah, Kalina is certainly starting in goal. Kalina. Yeah, as he said on the little video. So Kalina in goal. I am going pretty traditional 4-3-3, just as Dino does, but I am going to kind of change it up. I see us playing, as opposed to kind of that double pivot at the defensive midfield, I think we're going to see just one single defensive midfield now, one player pushed a little bit higher up, a little bit, not Pep Biel up, right, but a little bit higher up, and then, of course, Biel at top. So my 4 at the back, I don't think it's too much different. I of course, starting Tofolo on the left. I'm going Tim Ream on the left center back. I do think Privet starts the season as the right center back right there. Though I do think Kessler, if he can come in, be healthy, and show his quality, show his worth, he could take that spot somewhat quickly. We'll see. And of course, Byrne on the right. Now, I do see a player again. I mentioned him in the previous segment. David Schnegg, watch out for him. I think that he has quality. I really liked what I saw from him. I think he is that depth piece that you had mentioned at the back line because, let's face it, right? Byrne, we saw what we did without him in the lineup last year, right? We cannot really afford to lose him. However, if Dino is willing to have a left-footed right back every once in a while, every 5 or 6 games, right? Let's let Schnegg come in for Tofolo every 5 or 6 games. And then same on the right side. Let's let Schnegg play for Byrne every 5 or 6 games. Certainly not every game. Those are our players. Those are our starters. They deserve it. But they're going to need some rest. Exactly. And so I can see Schnegg, getting a good amount of run in there as a replacement. And when we move into the midfield,
I'm gonna get ready to hit you. I
don't have Westwood in the starting 11. I don't have Westwood in the starting 11.
Oh,
you're insane.
The captain.
I don't have the captain.
Yeah, you're not.
Starting, you're saying February 21st.
He will start. I know he will. I know he will. I'm not saying he won't. But if it were me making the decision, if I were writing the team card before I got fired, I would put Jabril Gianni as that center defensive mid.
Okay, wait.
Is he better? No. But already got some commentary coming. This is my reasoning, right? So I really see him being the guy that can cover. If we're going to have a single guy back there, it's got to be either him or Bronico, and just to cover that ground. Again, the one thing we know Westwood's quality, we know his leadership, and for all of those reasons, that's why he will be on the starting field, right? And not that he doesn't deserve to, but for me to watch this team move forward, what I saw too much of last year was our midfield getting ran through, in my opinion, right? And so I think if we can push a couple people up, if we can have Jabril just kind of man that back line right there with, 2 center backs in support behind him, I think he can cover that ground a little bit better and does have the quality to make those passes to get them forward. So I know I'm probably on the only branch in Charlotte FC history to say that. And listen, Cap, I love you, I respect you, and this has nothing to do with you, maybe a little bit with the age, but at the same time, I see a situation where he starts that center defensive mid spot. We put Della Torre next to him, a little bit advanced, right? Kind of that connector that we talked about. He's known for his dribbling, for his carrying. I think that's a good spot for him. And of course, BL in front of them in that attacking midfield. And yeah, the starting 3 forwards, no different there, right? Of course, Zaha, our guy, Wilfred freaking Zaha on the left. Twerk in the middle, center striker, and of course, Vargas on the right. Again, that's the spot there where I do see if Abada can continue what I've heard throughout training, right? It's a possibility, but I do think just because of the defensive qualities that Vargas brings, you're going to want to start him on that right side as we did at the end of the season. So that's my starting 11. I know you hate it. Hey,
we do.
Hey, this is TV.
I'm just going to say, Westy, with age comes great fine wine and wisdom.
His mic up fired me up. Like not seeing that on film.
The best bottle of wine compared to a barefoot bottle of wine.
Wow. Well, you. We saw what Gianni did in the playoffs too, right?
I'll take my fine wine any day, Westy. Any day.
Well, no disrespect, Cap. Maybe it feels that way, but listen, it's that time, right? We need somebody that can cover that ground, in my opinion, in my 11, in my formation.
So I think the long-term replacement there is by Coulibaly.
I agree. I agree with that. Bay Coulibaly is kind of that long-term guy, but I don't think he's quite ready yet, right? No. So I think it's Gianni. I know I'll be wrong, but hey, this is my show. This is my 11. And that's how I would line up, and that's probably why I'd finish 10th. So, but
and
anyway,
when you're wrong, you'll be the first to hear it from me.
Gianni's been playing a little bit of center back too in the
That's true.
Season,
that's true.
He might factor in there too, but he's not taking.
Shout out Jabril, baby.
No chance.
All right. And then we do have one more. We have a special guest. You've seen her on here. She's kind of a recurring every once in a while. We got Maddie. I'm going to bring her in a couple seconds, and she's going to give us her starting 11. And no, Brian didn't get younger and much more beautiful. We do have, again, our special guest. Again, she does come on here from time to time. It's Maddie, of course, the young daughter of Amy here and Brian. And she's going to give us her starting 11 as well. She's a little heated with me from the last segment, so let's see what she's going to say.
I think in goal, I think they're going to put Isaac Walker because I feel like they want to give Kalina some time to rest a little bit before some the other bigger games during the season. I think that would be a good idea to just give Isaac Walker to have to get comfortable because Kalina's already
he's established. Okay, cool.
And then for center back, I have Tim, Ream, Privet, and I have Toflo. I think Tim Ream, honestly, towards the end of the season, I think Tim Ream did really well right there.
I would agree. He was maybe our best player back there.
He really showed a lot of good stuff during last season. And then I have my right wing back, which is Byrne. Byrne will just run for it, and then.
Would you say he's your favorite player right now, or no?
I think Toflo.
Okay. Honestly. Yeah, you told me that. You said he was going to get his jersey.
And then my left wing back, I'll have to give it to Vargas. Vargas, you got to give it to him. Flip.
Yeah.
Back flipper.
I love that.
And then, I'm not a huge fan of Zaha, no offense to you. But
only his biggest fan ever.
I'll give left wing to Zaha. I don't really think anyone else would take that spot.
True.
And then, honestly, I'm just gonna give him the benefit of the doubt. I think he can redeem himself from last year. I'm gonna give right wing to Abada.
Okay. Yeah.
Because I think he because all the other stuff have been happening. And then striker Twerk Lamati.
Yes, sir. Yes.
Don't forget your midfielders.
And then my midfielders, I put Westward and Pepio because Pepio did really well.
That's a darn good starting lineup.
And
I like that.
In the middle last year, he scored tons of goals last year. And why would you not put the captain in the middle? Instead of Diani, because honestly, Diani made a lot of simple and dumb mistakes because he got megged a lot and players got past him and scored. And that's what happened in one of the playoffs games.
But he's tall.
Well, really. Well, honestly, that's my starting lineup.
Hey, I thought that was a fantastic starting lineup. You nailed that. That's a very good starting lineup. I could see that one actually being on the field. I don't know if they'll do the three wings, but I think that's a beautiful starting lineup. Great job.
One.
Yes.
Another proves that we have options out there.
Absolutely. And and I think that's everybody starting. I don't think there was any controversy in that whatsoever. Great lineup for everybody, and that is a Crown on Section 2. And now for the final segment of the Jabril Gianni Charlotte FC for the week.
Happy birthday, by the way.
Happy birthday, Jabril Gianni. Didn't even realize that when I was glazing you the whole last couple of minutes, but it is his birthday. What is he, 28?
28.
28
Still
years
a young,
old.
fine wine.
Yeah, he's still learning. So, you know what I mean? He could just 28, I hear, is when you get your prime. So that is, you know, another
And you
reason.
take the place of a EPL.
That's okay. He's still sitting behind Westwood.
Yeah, that's right.
All right.
The
Well,
proven English Premier League player.
enough of y'all fools. We're on to final wrap up of this first episode. Pretty simple, boom or bust. This will probably be, you know, fairly quick and succinct. It's really just, hey, what is success this year for Charlotte FC, right? What do we think success is? And I obviously could go a lot of different ways. I guess I'll just go ahead and take off on this one first, since I went last time and that didn't go so well for me. So I'll start it off with my boom or bust for the 2026 Charlotte Football Club. It's real simple. Win a trophy, right? I don't necessarily care which one. I do have my preference toward the Supporter Shield. I think that's the most impressive one to win. Kind of signifies who the most consistent team is over the entirety of the season. But any of them, right? We won a trophy. This is season number 5. We've got the team. We've got the quality. We've got the talent. We've grown. This is obviously Dino's 3rd season as the gaffer. The players know what to expect. I think that's what we should expect as fans this year, is a trophy. That's really all, right? That is boom. And if we don't win a trophy, then it is bust. And I think it is pretty black and white in my book. Doesn't mean we can't have fun throughout, and if we don't, that good things don't happen. But to me, that's got to be the mentality of this team this season, is to win a trophy, because they are capable of it. Amy?
You made yours pretty cut and dry. My non-negotiable for this season is you got to make the playoffs. You don't make the playoffs, I don't even know what you call that. So that's the non-negotiable for me.
They don't make the playoffs.
Like,
people are getting fired.
Right.
Yeah.
So I'm just saying. I'm just putting that out there.
Fair.
Non-negotiable. We've made the playoffs. There's no reason to stop. We have the team that should not even be an issue. I will start with my bust then. My bust for that is if you do make the playoffs, but you don't have home field advantage. I think we make
top
the
4.
playoffs. Yes, so I think we making the playoffs. If we don't finish top 4, I think this season is a bust, because you look at it compared to this season we were coming off of. You did not perform to the same standard you did your previous season.
We
always want to go up.
Yeah.
So my boom is Supporter Shield.
Oh, yeah.
We win Supporter Shield. We win the MLS Cup. That's my boom. I mean, I'd love to see trophies, but I'm saying go big, go home.
Absolutely. I love that.
That's what I want.
Yeah, so I think my non-negotiable is top 4. They at least achieved that this past year, so I'm expecting that again this year.
And we only go up, we just said.
Right.
The bust is, for me, I'm going to take a little bit different take, but we don't advance after through the first.
That is a
playoffs.
very big thing.
So
in any of the competitions.
Yes.
Yeah. And then my boom is Supporter Shield. The starting captain, Ashley Westwood, said we're going for the Supporter Shield. So I want to go for Supporter Shield.
But you think we're gonna be doing that with him on the bench?
I do not.
I'm gonna have to write him an
starting
apology letter. I can already tell. I'm gonna have to. That's gonna be episode number 2.5. Is my apology letter to Ashley once he goes out there and just puts on a 9 out of 10 performance in episode 1. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. No. Listen. Yes, we only go up in Charlotte, right? We finished first season in what, 9th or 10th? 10th. Yeah. 10th first season, 8th second season, 5th third season, 4th season. So it's got to be top 3, right?
We need crowns up to go down.
Darn right.
Yeah.
We didn't put these crowns on this new collar. We hadn't even shouted out the new uniform, by the way. I haven't gotten mine yet, so that's part of the reason why, but it's coming. But yeah, I think we all agree, right? Supporter Shield is really what we're eyeballing, what the cap is eyeballing. I think that would be a huge, huge, huge boom. But I do agree, right? I mean, as much success and the consistency in the ascending, I'm trying to use all these big words I don't even know how to use. The trajectory has always been going up, but it has been stagnant once we get to the playoffs or the Leagues Cup or any of those other competitions, U.S. Open, right? We are known for early round exits right now, right? And so I think it is important. Don't care which one, but one of those competitions we need a deep run in. Don't care which one, but yeah, I think at the end of the day, we're all on the same page.
I would say another bust is I think I would like us to score more goals than we did last season. I think we had the team and the players out there to put the ball in the net, so I'd like to see us get some more goals than we have in previous seasons.
Yes.
That wouldn't really be a bust, but kind of like.
Well, I think as long as we stay healthy enough, we're going to put the ball in the back of the net.
Yeah,
I mean, honestly, like when we had that 9-game winning streak last season, I mean, everybody's kind of on all cylinders, but I think for us, it's keeping the ball out of the net, to be honest. Not to say that, we've been known to do that under Dean, right? He's got a good structurally sound defense, but when we were struggling, when we had our, late May, early June swoon, so to speak, last season, it was because we were giving up late goals, right? Sure. And obviously losing a player like Adilson Malanda, who's already being compared to Virgil van Dijk and across the pond right now, right? You don't replace a player like that. You can only hope to kind of minimize the loss. Sure. And so to me, it's much more on the defensive end and keeping the ball out of the net. It's a much easier game to play when the other team has nil, right? So to me, that's where it really starts. But I think the offense will take care of itself personally, right? I think that they will find it. I mean, you have players like Zaha, like Biel, like Toke, like Vargas, like even the Nevada that could come in, right? Yes, all of these players are known for their offensive prowess. I don't think we'll struggle on offense. May take a couple games to kind of get into rhythm, but we'll score some goals. We just got to keep it out as well.
Yeah.
It's going to be a good one, guys.
Let's go.
The season is starting. This is all exciting, right? This is like we're talking about what ifs. It's here, though, guys,
days.
Right? We are 10 days away from the start. So, I guess this does kind of put a conclusion on it. But, we are right there. We cannot wait for season 5. Hopefully you can't neither. Continue watching along with this all season, right? So this will air pretty much every Friday or Saturday. Like and subscribe. We love that from you. And hey, by the way, just a quick announcement, right? I am going to be posting a lot more TikTok, Instagrams, kind of daily posts like that for you guys to follow along on as well. So very excited for the season. It's going to be a good one. It's going to be a supporter shield season. Jabril Gianni's going to play a lot of football for us, and it's going to be wonderful. So cannot wait to see you all at the bank soon enough. Until then, just continue to watch our videos, like and subscribe. It's for the crown.